Hey guys, welcome to the Fans Voice. Today I want to talk about some of these edge rushers in the draft that I think have good potential and that I like. There's a couple other guys that I've seen either first round or early second round, but I've heard it, and most people know about them and they're keeping an eye on them. So I'm going to talk about some people that you haven't really heard much about and that I personally really like. We want to start off with Gabe Jackus out of Illinois. I don't think I pronounced his last name right. Um, He's 6'3", 270 pounds. In 2025, he had 11 sacks, 13 and a half tackles for a loss. So he's able to produce very well in the pass game, man. And he's good at stop and run behind the line of scrimmage. He has great initial burst, hand moves, and finishing moves through the contact. He's got great mobility for his size, a very rounded edge. He has his scheme and alignment versatility. Um, I think he's going to be a great pick in the draft. I like his size. Got the length to go along with it as well. I really like him. I think he's going to be really good in the league, and he's going to come in there and be a good. Um, it's either just he's maybe start off as rotational, depending on who gets him. I think if he goes to Seattle, he's going to come in. He's going to be rotational. Or if let's say the Browns were to get him, I think he'd come in there and he'd start right away. Um, but any team who gets them, they're going to get somebody who's going to produce for them. Next up, I got R. Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma. He's 6'2", 240 pounds, 250 pounds. Sorry. He's got a good comparison with Nick Bonito. It's not necessarily, uh, I guess some people would say he's on the smaller side on edge. I think he's got decent weight for edge rusher. Maybe a little short, just a couple inches short, but um, I think the weight's fine. I mean, you see some of the good edge rushers that have come out. They've been 250, 260. You don't got to be man, gotta look like Miles Garrett. He's got elite burst, quickness, and bend, which you would expect from somebody who isn't that 270, 80-pound defensive lineman. Got a great first step to combine with the natural leverage, hip flexibility, and the ankle flexibility when he's cornering on the bend. And he's able to keep that speed up as he is cornering, which is very ideal, especially in the league. I mean, like if you can't bend, you can't do something. You're getting this offensive tackle that's moving around with you, and you can still keep that bend and keep the speed up. It's going to be hard to stop you, as most of y'all know. I mean, I've seen some pictures of some of these NFL players where their ankle looks like it's at like a 90-degree angle, but yet their ankle's perfectly fine. I wouldn't be able to do it. I think my ankle would snap. He's got a great motor, but he needs to work on his run defense. He gets moved off the ball, off the line too easily in run defense. So if you can work on that, work on um building some of that strength, I think he can be a all around good edge rusher. But at the moment, I think he's going to be a more when they need a pass rusher, he's going to send him on in. Next, I got Danny Dennis Sutton. He's 6'5", 270. He's probably the biggest guy on my list. Um, but in the last two seasons, he got 8.5 sacks and he got over 10 tackles for a loss in both those seasons. In one of those seasons, he had freaking Abdul Carter right there with him. He's still able to produce very well. He could take over with his relentless motor and tenacity. I like it. I like when a guy just keeps moving and keeps going. It's got that great explosiveness and arc running speed. Don't forget the raw power and the urgency that never dies. I like that. It's to me that says that the game is always on the line even when it just starts. And he's not going to stop. He's just going to play his hardest the entire time. And I like that. He needs to work on his bend and mobility. I think he has a lot of promise, um, coming into the league. I think he with some time to develop, I think he can be really good as well. Alright, next up, I got Romello Heights out of Texas Tech. He's bounced around a little bit in his college career, but finally settled over in Texas Tech where he actually had his best season, and that was even with that good Texas Tech defensive front. I mean, David Bailey, there's a defensive tackle, Hunter, I think that's his name, and there's somebody else I can't think of right now. But, he coming in there with that good D line and still being able to and basically what I'm thinking is he's still able to produce, not get overshadowed by these other amazing defenders. He also has great explosiveness, quickness, arc running speed, and cornering the bend. I like it. I like if very similar to like with Mason Thomas. I feel like that these two could be easily compared. I mean, yeah, he's a little bit on the smaller side, I guess. He's hard for tackles on the one on one because of his angle IQ, the quickness, his ability to offset the linemen and be able to get them to hesitate is top notch, and he has some really good pass rushing moves with the chops, swings, the spins. He just needs to work on getting some power so that way he doesn't get overwhelmed by the bigger offensive linemen, which they really are starting to get bigger, which it's hard to imagine. But if he could work on some of that power so that way he can set the edge better, I think he can be something in the NFL. All right. Next up, it's last but not least, Caden Curry out of Ohio State. Um, he's 6'3", 260 pounds. I not a lot of I feel like he's a guy that wasn't talked enough on the Ohio State defense, but I understand because when you have Caleb Downs, you got Arvell Reese, and you got somebody like Sonny Styles. They're going to take all the attention. They're going to be the ones everybody's talking about. But Caden Curry was really good this past season. He was, he did something as a rotational piece the seasons prior, but you saw that there was progression each season, especially this season. He had 11 sacks and 16 tackles for a loss. He has great natural leverage with compact mass. He's got reasonable explosiveness, but he does need to work on his first step, his technique and flexibility. But the plus side, uh, he has a relentless motor. He has the power. He's really strong. But he's well leveraged. The gap sound in the run defense. He's got an unhinged chasing mobility. So he's always going to be around the ball. I think Caden Curry, he might be the one who needs the most development out of these five guys. But for somebody who needs the most development, I feel like he has produced up like better than most of these guys on here. He's produced more than some of the guys who are going to be going in the first round, at least in this past season. I think Caden Curry, if you can get him, you can get some techniques, some better pass rushing techniques with him. He's going to be a monster, and he's going to be trouble for offensive tackles. Um, he's also he's one of my favorite late round picks. Is probably going to go sixth, seventh round because he does have shorter arms, but he is still really strong, relentless motor, and he still produces even with those, I guess, shorter arms. But I think he's going to be really good in the NFL. He's going to be rotational to start off with, and eventually, I think, like I said, he's going to come in and he's going to be. I think give him a couple seasons, he's going to be wrecking offense. It's going to be wreaking havoc. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of these edge rushers. If you like them, you don't. And let me know if there's any guys that you've been looking at that you think has some really good potential as well. I will talk with you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.